Namaste. My name is Lenny. I'm spiritual coach and energy healer, and in this video I want to share my 5 tips to succeed on the spiritual path. Let's dive in. When I talk about success on the spiritual path, I mean the raising of the consciousness. So for me, someone who can raise the consciousness step by step is successful on the spiritual path. And in a way, this will happen automatically just by the way you go through life. But you can enhance the process, you can fasten the process with certain things, with, for example, the 5 things I will tell you today. And of course, you can also follow a very scientific path. Like you can follow yoga. Yoga is the scientific path to raise your consciousness. But it doesn't matter from which background you come, which methods you use, which technologies, these 5 tips will apply anyways. Okay, let's start. Tip number 1. You should have a clear goal. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing spiritual work, and to what end? What do you want to reach? So you should have this very well figured out for yourself, because this will give you motivation in the hard times. There will be hard times. This is part of the spiritual growth. There will be challenges. There will be lessons. So when you have a clear goal, a clear end part, you will push through all these times very easily. So as I said, spirituality, it's about raising your consciousness. The ultimate goal is to merge with the divine energy again. Doesn't matter how you call this. You can call it God, you can call it anything. This is just the bigger power which holds everything together. And we are part of this bigger power. We hold the seed of this bigger power. And we are working with spirituality. We are working to slowly merge back into this huge energy. So this is the major goal. But this is just words. And if this is just words for you, you should dig deeper and you should find out, why are you doing all this? Why are you doing spiritual work? Is it just because it's fancy right now, or because it's interesting or something new, you're curious? Or what is the bigger thing? So to really succeed on the spiritual path, you need to figure out what is your goal. And only then you will go further and further. Otherwise, you will just do a little tarot card reading, work a little with crystals, what all things are there, but you will not go much deeper than that. So figure out your goal. That's the first tip. Second tip, only meditating is not enough. Meditating here stands for all the practices you do, all the yoga or all the shamanic journeys you do. This is not enough. It is a big part of it, and meditating, for example, is very important because you connect to your inner self, and in this sense also you connect to the divine, but it is not enough. Spirituality is nothing we just do on our yoga mat. It should be infused in our whole life. So off the mat, you should also try to be a kind human being, to be good to others. And you should work on overcoming your unkindness, your anger, all these low instincts. You should work on this, that you can treat anyone you meet like your best friend. This is a very, very important part of spirituality. Don't just do it on the mat. It's an everyday life scene. And being a human which is decent and kind to other people is a very basic thing for spirituality. Without that, you will not go anywhere. Third tip is that you should not dwell in your negativity. You should not fall into the negative pit all the time. You should focus more on the beautiful things. On the other side also, you should not show that you are so sweet and smiley if you don't feel it from inside. It should really come from inside. So work on this, that your mind is purified, that you leave out the negativity. Or it is very normal that you have negative thoughts, but you should realize it very fast, and you should switch it. You should simply be able to switch. So this has a lot to do with mind control. This is a big part of yoga as well, to be able to control your mind, to shift from all these negative things to more beautiful things. A very, very important part. Without that, you will face a lot of challenges, and you will just be stuck in the negative thinking for very, very long. You will waste a lot of time like that. So try to get control over your mind. For this, we have a lot of techniques. It's not just meditation. There are many, many things you can do, and I will get into this in a different video. But this is my third tip. Try to come away from the negative thinking, try to control your mind, and focus more on the beautiful things in life. Now, the fourth tip, very, very important, and a lot of people get stuck right here. It is that you should not get distracted by this happiness you get out of your practices. You will get rushes of happiness, But this is not the end goal. The end goal is this pure joy, that swimming in the lake of joy. So if you get distracted by the happiness, you might get satisfied by it. You might say, okay, that's enough. And then you will stop working there. You will stop striving for more. So this is a very important tip from my side. If you are in this state right now and you're like, wow, I reached this level and I'm so happy and everything is fine in my life, this is not the end. This you got sidetracked a little now by this little happiness. The real bliss is much, much, much deeper. So you keep on going, keep on doing your practices, keep on becoming a better human being. There is more to it. There is much, much more to it. And my fifth tip, and most probably the most important one, is be patient. Be patient, because this whole journey can take lifetimes. If you're watching this video, you might even do some techniques already to raise your consciousness. So you might be able to do this in this life. But again, this is years. So be patient. It is not like that you meditate for a month and then you will be enlightened. Patience has to be there. And this is also needed, because in this time we can learn how to be better humans. And a lot of people, they talk about changing the world. We cannot change the world by changing the others. You can change the world by changing yourself. And being on the spiritual path is the biggest part of it. Because like this, you raise your consciousness, you can be the example for other people. So patience. Patience. It takes time, but it's not like you work for years and you don't get anything back. This is a beautiful thing about meditating, for example. You get the rewards very fast. This is also like, some people ask me like, and how do I know that I am connected to the divine? How do I know that I am reaching somewhere? The first thing which you will feel is a peace, a general peace over your life. Like, things might happen, things might agitate you, but in general there is a nice level of calmness. This is one of the first things. And then these drops of joy which you will get, these are also signs that you are connected to the divine already. But don't get distracted by these small joys. There is much, much more to it. So these are my 5 tips to foster your spiritual growth. I hope you like this video. You can also subscribe my channel if you want to see more of me, and hopefully see you next time.